But right now we have Barbara Blumenthal is going to share her words, and you'll see in a minute she could not be here. You'll see why. So I am going to read her thoughts for you. When Rabbi Minkus invited me to participate in a high holiday study group a few months ago, I was honored and puzzled at the same time. But after some conversations with Rabbi Minkus, I decided this would be a good time in my life to challenge myself. In our first session, we were asked to think about the themes of each of us associate with Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and if our relationship to these holidays have changed over the years. I thought to myself that this does not seem so difficult. How wrong was I? Once we began discussing a few of the readings and prayers for both Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, I realized how really confused I was. Not just about what to say, but about trying to find the answers to those initial questions about myself. I'm grateful to Rabbi Minkus and the other members of our group who shared honest feelings and interpretations of the readings and our discussions. I never felt there were right or wrong interpretations, which allowed me to feel more comfortable in participating. I had fond childhood memories of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. When we hosted at our home, one of my responsibilities was to clean the silver. And to this day, I still feel the satisfaction of seeing that shine, especially since I have for several years used my parents' china and silver. We had no additional family where I grew up, but very close friends with whom we shared all of the Jewish holidays. Those families became our family. Another memory dealt with what we would wear for the holidays. It seemed to be a very important issue to my mom to buy new clothes, which, by the way, is a yearly tradition I continued with our daughters as they were growing up. When we hosted the holiday meal, the wonderful aromas from the chicken soup, brisket, and of course, honey cake always made me feel good and still do. Even though I have made my mother's honey cake recipe, it never tastes like hers. My father passed away when I was 14, and there was a void in my memories of the holidays for a long time after that. Once Ron and I married and started our own family and moved several times, we began developing our extended families in cities where we had no family. Being a part of a Jewish community and a synagogue has always been important to us, and making sure our daughters had the kind of Jewish education neither of us experienced. The girls attended Hebrew day school, and both are very involved in their respective communities. So many memories, but still no real specific high holiday message until a beautiful sunny day on July 23rd. In a freak accident, Ron and I fell, leaving him with cuts, bruises, and swelling. I needed surgery to repair a knee fracture. I was told I needed to be immobilized for 8 weeks post-surgery. No weight bearing on the injured leg. For the first week, I felt numb and in shock from all that had happened so fast. Then I remembered that I had agreed to participate in the study group and felt no way I could complete this commitment. Once I sorted out my feelings, plus a helpful conversation with Rabbi Minkus, I decided this would be the perfect time for me to do my own reflections and prepare myself emotionally and spiritually for the holidays. I was so looking forward to being back in synagogue with members of the community, those I know and those I do not know, but realized this would not happen this year. I began feeling frustration and yes, anger that this accident happened. I became so dependent on others for the simplest of tasks. I've always considered myself independent, willing, and able to help others, but not so willing to accept help myself. I spent a great deal of time thinking about the holidays and the idea of forgiveness, which is a part of the liturgy. How should I deal with this? Was I angry at the owner of the property for not taking care of the sidewalk where we fell? Was there someone specific to direct my anger at? I did not know how to be angry at one person. What happened could happen to anyone, anytime, any place. My big hope is that the owner will take care of the property soon. I remember sitting on the ground and realizing what happened and seeing the owner in the building in her wheelchair and giving her a thumbs up and that we were okay. We are fortunate to live in a wonderful condo building with incredible friends and neighbors. The care and kindness from so many who offer to shop, bring meals, keep me company while Brown gets a break, driving to and from doctor's appointments and PT. Members of Road Fae responded with meals and support, and the list goes on and on. I'm using this time of healing to focus on connecting with friends and family that I have had little contact for a long time, and in a way, asking for their forgiveness for not staying connected. I asked Ron, my amazing husband, to forgive my occasional outbursts and mood swings. He has been so patient, understanding, and loving. I'm working on letting go of my frustrations over the situation and have learned there is no shame in asking for help. I'm also always looking at ways I can be involved in projects in the coming year that will meet not only my needs, but eventually have some impact. There is so much need in our communities, cities, state, country, world. Each of us can choose one project to focus on. It can make a big difference. Maybe all of what I'm attempting will give me a positive place in the book of life for the year to come, but I will never know. There is a contemporary short reading by Gilda Radner in our book that had resonated with me, and I'd like to share it. The Book of Life. I wanted a perfect ending, so I sat down to write the book. With the ending in place before there was even an ending. Now I have learned the hard way that some poems don't rhyme, and some stories don't have a clear beginning, middle, or end. Like my life, the book has ambiguity. Like my life, the book is about not knowing, having to change, taking the moment and making the best of it, not knowing. Please take advantage of what is out there to help make the world a better place and never be afraid or ashamed to ask for help. Wishing everyone a Shana Tova, and may we all be inscribed in the book for a year of good health and happiness. I look forward to seeing you in Shul in the future.